Hello, ladies, and welcome to another episode of Confidence Leads to Success. You know, I always go on about how important it is to network for your business and how you can surround yourself with women who believe in you. Well, today I have got Nicky Chisholm. She's the founder of My Networking club. When we met, it was called Mompreneurs Networking Club, and it was, I think, about 10 years ago.
Oh, don't say that word. 10 years. We've been going a very long time.
10 years ago, Nikki, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to have you. I just want to say, when I started my networking, that is one of my secrets to what my success become, is because I continued to network. Even though I was that shy girl, always sat at the background and listened very quietly. But going into Nikki and Sarah's networking club was the best thing I did for my business. And so I feel such honor to have you here. Nikki, welcome.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. We've known each other for a very long time, and we've seen our journeys go up and down and left and right over a long period of time, being having family, having children, and now 10 years later. And I have to say, I do feel exhausted with it all, but also excited, and I think you totally get this, empowered. And our job is to empower people, do you know what, more or less on a daily basis. And I think that's one of the things I was thinking about, what I wanted to say today, and especially over COVID and over the pandemic. Sarah and I, within even a 10-minute discussion, we said we are going to turn this business around, do what we can, and support our community 100%, whatever comes. And we did lives every single day.
You did so well. I mean, we did 10,000 people joined.
No, we've had 15,000 through the doors.
Amazing.
But we just made that commitment because it was a shitstorm going on all around us, and we wanted a place of a focus point. I'm going to be here at between 7 and 8 in the morning doing a live, and we have got networking meetings for you over the course of the year. Turn up, find business, find connections, and tap into a unique community at a unique time in history. And that's what we did.
I love it. I know it's so important. And I always tell to all my friends and my clients who I coach to say the networking is one of the most important the marketing channel for you and for your business, because you will be with other women or men, whatever you're doing, in a circle of people who believe that you are on a journey, and they will understand your struggle and they will want to support you. And it's so important. And I'd like you to tell us what made you start the MNC.
Oh my God. Well, I do remember I met Sarah Gull, who's my co-director and founder, and she was running a magazine at the time, and I was running training. And so we met up for coffee, and she was really heavily pregnant, literally like 8.5 months pregnant. We met in a coffee shop and we said, hello, how are you? And within about 10 minutes we clicked. And I thought, I like this lady, and she obviously liked me. And we decided to do a way of uniting and connecting our different businesses. And we said, why don't we run a networking event and get our communities together? And then we can unite them and form a networking group. So we tested the marketplace to see how it would go down. And we had 15 ladies ladies and men in the David Lloyd in Brighton Marina, just as a tester. And I remember being utterly terrified, thinking, how is this going to go? And that was 10 years ago. And now I think we've just reached about 50,000 that have come through the doors. Oh my
God, what a story.
I know. And it was just literally, I tell you what, the power of a coffee with someone. It was literally a coffee. We said, should we run a networking event and give it a go? And it worked. And then we had another one and another one and another one. And then it just kind of like rolled from there. And here we are 10 years on, 10 years older, 10 years wiser, and 10 years a little bit exhausted at the moment.
I love it. It's so important. I mean, power of stories. This is why I love sharing stories. And the one of the biggest reasons I created these interview series to talk about our business journey, our success journey. I mean, what you've created is so phenomenal, because Like I said, for me, when I started my business, I didn't know anyone in this country, and I didn't have any confidence in myself to, let alone organize a virtual interview series like this. I couldn't even put 30 seconds pitch to talk about my business in networking groups. And those days it was 60 seconds, but now it's so busy we get 30 seconds.
I think we always say networking, it's definitely should be part of your core marketing funnel.
That's
it's
right.
A way of attracting attention to yourself and raising your profile, but it is nevertheless a skill that needs to be practiced and honed so that you know what to say, you know your call to action, you know how to look the part and how to engage and give to your community. I think networking, you need to come in with an open mindset. It's not about salesy. So if I met you at a networking meeting, you wouldn't be saying to me, Nikki, buy this shirt. Just, ladies and gentlemen, this shirt is actually Elif's design. So there you go. I'm just telling you, it's my favorite. It's not about selling. It's about opening doors. It's about sparking conversations, and it's about uniting a community. And if you're in a community, the more you give, the more you engage, what goes around comes around. And that's a key message in networking. No selling, engage, engage, engage.
I love that. It is so true. What happens is when you're talking about your business, especially the new starters, what happens, you think that you need to just tell them exactly what you sell. But if you actually change that conversation to more like what you can help those people with your services, and are you a painkiller or are you a vitamin? That's what I always tell. Are you a painkiller? Are you going to help them go through a pain and change a difference, or they don't have any pain, but they could do with a bit of, enticement and help their business. So what are you doing? But talk about the values you're adding to them rather than just trying to sell your products or services.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things when you go along to networking, the key thing is what you're doing is it's like a shop window. I mean, it's for your shop. Whenever I drive past your shop, I look in the window and I look at the outfits. My mind goes to the window and I think, well, what's in there? So when you're networking, you are actually your business's shop window. So what are you saying? What are you wearing? What do you look like? What are the words? What is your body language? You are the shop window into your business. You've got to think about sprucing up your shop window. And yes, don't get me wrong, if you've had a long night with the kids, or you've been up all night, or you're having a curveball of a week, which we've all had, then you're not going to be your best self. But if you're in a community and they've seen that consistency, your shop window will generally always be in fantastic spirits and people thinking, this girl knows what she's talking about. This girl has a fabulous business. This girl is really helpful. This woman is brilliant at what she does. It's amplifying your key and core messages to your business. If you're showcasing and you're just constantly spamming people, I tell you what, give you 10 seconds and they'll be out of there. You won't see them for dust. But if you say, Elif, I love your podcast, can I send it out to my members? Can I put it on my social media? So you're helping people. Honestly, help people give. Give. I think that's really key as well.
Yeah, givers take it all. I think they do. I was just talking about this morning because I had a call with one of my clients and she was talking to me about, it's so funny. She was saying, when I started my business, everybody was around me, but then suddenly they all disappeared. And I need their help. And I said to her, did you ask them? She said, no. I said, why don't you ask for help? Because they will help you. What happens is people forget, not because they don't want to help you, because they're busy. We're busy. I'm so busy. Like I forget to help myself sometimes. So why don't you just ask them? What I do usually, if I really want to push a post up on my social media, I would share the link with all my friends to say, can you just like and comment and save these posts for me? Because if 20 people do that, suddenly Instagram algorithm changes and then you suddenly get to see by lots of other people, and then there you go, you might make a business. So ask for help. It's really good.
I think I know maybe social media and the news at the moment, it's quite sort of negative, but I think in general, think of all the people we've met over the years. People want to help, and they're happy to help, and there is a sisterhood, and there is a unity. And if you do ask for help, I think I think of all the times I've asked for help, it's never not come back to me, because they know when in return, I will always help someone if I can. And it might be simple stuff like sharing a post, or getting a free ticket for someone, or somebody that's really sad and had a miserable week. I'll drop round a pizza. This is a really good example. Sarah had a really dreadful week one week. So I ordered her Tesco's home delivery. And on the bottom of the delivery slot, I said, this was pre-COVID, by the way. I said, when you deliver this, my best friend has had a horrible week. Please give her a hug. So the Tesco delivery man delivered it. And then he said, I'm just going to do this. And he leant forward and hugged Sarah. And he said, I'm just telling you, Nicky said, can you give her a hug so you don't think I'm a weirdo? And it was so sweet. So she got all her shopping for the weekend, a bottle of wine and a hug from Tesco's delivery. So I think just watch out for people. And also, when people go quiet, send them a message, because do you know what? Curveballs with kids and parents, curveballs left, right and center. So just check in with people in your community. Again, what goes around comes around. If you give and you care, people will give and care to you.
Yeah, it is true. It really is true. I love that you and Sarah is so, you do a lot of events, and you do lots of charity supports as well. Why do you think it's very important for business networking?
In terms of business networking, getting involved in charities?
Yes.
I'm utterly behind this. I think each of us has a responsibility. You have found your voice, Elif. You're using your voice for good, to empower, to teach, to coach. And I think if you have a voice and you have a platform, and I know you have a core drive. I think if you have any of those things, use it for good. So if you are a woman in business, help other people up. Don't have Queen Bee syndrome. Help other people up. If you have a platform or a community, how can you utilize that to benefit charities in your local community, or those that resonate with you? So Sarah and I, every year for the last 10 years, have picked charities, and we've done from the sublime to the ridiculous. So we've done things like raising money. I've been to the Arctic, and I did a marathon in the Arctic. So we've done Santa fun runs with our families. We've abseiled down Arundel Castle and the Portsmouth Spinnaker Tower. We've done a wing walk, which was last year. So we strapped ourselves to the top of a biplane.
I remember.
So every year we pick a core charity, and we raise money for them. And I think it's really important, because number one, whenever you post, you're raising the profile of the charity. Number two, you inspire other people. I think I put a post out and said, right, I want to do a fire walk. I want a team of people to come and help and raise money for our local hospice. And within 24 hours, we had 15 people signed up in the NNC community to raise money for the firewalk. So one post, a little bit of energy, and you can help raise the profile of the charity. You can raise money for the charity, but also it's the ripple effect. If I'm inspiring 15 people to do it, they're going to inspire people to do it, and then they're going to inspire people to do it. So you're drawing attention, and you're raising finance, because finance has definitely been withdrawn from charities over the last over the last year and a half. So now more than ever, I think if we have a platform, a community, or a voice, we should use it to our advantage. What we're doing at the moment, we're working with Safe in Sussex to do gingerbread houses. So every year they do a gingerbread house competition. I love it. Elif, you should do it. Yours will be beautiful. Mine was childish, but I love sticking on all the sweeties, and it's just silly, and it raises money for the charity. So you can do it at home, you do it with the family. So with charity stuff, you don't have to jump off of buildings and tie yourself to airplanes or go to -20 places. You can do it. I promise.
I so good. What I'm hearing, ladies, I know you're all tuned in and listening. Nikki is, I adore her. She's so wonderful and very inspiring. But what I'm hearing from her is like networking is very important. And she was consistent. And what I heard, like at the beginning, you said when you decided to make this business work throughout the lockdown, you consistently came online, live every morning between 7 to 8. Consistency, commitment, and it's not about you anymore. You have to just do it for other people, to inspire them, to create that ripple effect, to make a difference in other people's life, because it's not about you anymore. You have that gift, and I'm so happy to be surrounded with women like yourself, Nikki, that how you found your gift. You're very good at networking, and you have seen the power of networking, and you want to create this platform for everyone who is member. And you can be member, by the way, at any time of the year. If you are listening, ladies, it's a really good platform. There is and you elevated it. You have got like great weekly experts, don't you? I've been so busy, but I am very proud member of MNC myself, and I have seen so much benefits. Some of you may think, yeah, but I have to pay to be a member. But if you are conscious networker, if you know how to network, you'll pay back that fee within 2 weeks. I promise you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with networking, give it a go. Jump in with both feet. You can try different networking groups. We have local groups, we have UK wide groups. So whether you want to network locally,
in person, you have both in person and virtual, haven't you?
We were just trying to get back to real life, but we put a hold on everything until January to see what happens. So we've got most of them are online. But I just think the key is find your group, turn up, engage with the community, be part of it. Don't expect, thousands of pounds to come in the first 6 months. I think it takes 6 months to establish your professionalism, to raise your kudos within the group, to see that you are an expert in what you do. Give it 6 months, and then you'll begin to see the return on your investment.
But I love it. I love having your community and network, because what happens is you really, first person comes into your mind is the person who is in your network. This is why it's good to be in a community, and it's good to talk about your passion. It's good to talk about what you are prepared to give and help people, especially in this kind of professional platforms. It's really good. I love it. I love that you created it.
Well, I think, are we near the end? Because I've got a couple of summary points. Okay, so I really think turn up for networking, be super consistent. And also I think if you're in any community, I think it's part of your responsibility to help other people, so to lift them up, to support them, to engage with them, and help as many people as possible. So if you have a voice, use it, and if you have a passion, use it. And that are my key messages for today.
Love it. Thank you so much. Nikki, it has been great, and it's so good to have you.
Thank you, Elif. Bye, guys. See you soon.
See you on the next episode.